We've had many projects over the last 3 years,
But nothing like this.
nothing this intense.
Thanks you guys for having us in your space. This stage right now is think big. Just throw out anything.
We have a lot of people steal chargers and phones and stuff like that.
What about like a cubby system so you can get your shit in it? But it's the middle of the day, someone's had a long
A really
night,
soft
they
mat.
sleep and not get bitched out.
Yeah.
What about
Sectional couch that you
Sectional
can
couch?
the pieces.
Outlets in the couches, like in the armrests, so you're not forced to sit up against the wall.
It's gotta be bedbug proof.
Don't use the color on these walls.
It tends to be really hectic during the day. The staff are like running around trying to deal with drama. Every couch is taken up by someone that's lying down and sleeping. And you try to wake them up and they're complaining.
It's our ideas with the new renovation, so it's pretty good. We guys have our thoughts and minds. Not somebody just made it, you know?
So this is what dormitory shelter beds look like. So you can see the wear and tear on the walls and stuff are pretty damaged. This is a constant thing that it has to be fixed. It's almost every day that our maintenance person is up doing some sort of patchwork, repair to walls, damaged lockers, graffiti. This is what showers and bathrooms look like. No privacy. No privacy to shower. No privacy to go to the bathroom. All these doors were actually just kicked down. And so now there's one stall with no door.
So the core aspect of what we're concerning ourselves with is dignity and how that gets played out through this furniture. In terms of that word, what does it associate with? You want to dive in there? Sure.
Sense of pride.
So pride, respect.
I was kind of thinking of the idea of making it homey, but not home, because obviously they're not home.
It's a bit of a double-edged sword. You know, I think a lot of the youth would love to have a home, and clearly that's what they've left for harsh reasons.
I think what we're probably going to end up making is like 2, maybe 3 different units. One idea that I had, basically like almost like a cargo net, like something that it's open and visible, but it's sort of stashed.
The challenges really are creating a level of professionalism. Essentially, it's a sort of professional training project. Students are used to having their ideas justified only to themselves. Now they have to listen to the client and come up with the right solution.
What are the more challenging issues for you guys? The lockability?
Lockability is pretty tough.
Especially with the sort of aesthetic component of it not making it look institutional or locked.
Well, maybe it's just that it's in like underneath the chair, it's open. Their bag can slide underneath.
So the requirements that we received from the Y was that it be easily cleanable, bug resistant. The television was obviously very important. We're using piano hinges because of their stability.
If someone were to sit on the side table, it would serve that function as well.
It allows for USB outlets to be accessed at all times during the day.
They can be arranged into straight lines, they can be arranged into curves. You could put your feet up, and hopefully it'll be comfortable enough that people want to just take a nap sitting up and won't have to stretch out on the couch.
I'm just wondering how heavy would that be something that we would be basically able to move around?
The frames will have little feet or gliders underneath. They should be able to sort of slide into place. We wanted them to be heavy and durable.
Yeah. My question is, like, if you could get a screwdriver in here, could you pop it right off?
Right. This will be bolted straight through, so they wouldn't be able to pop that off.
They need to work collaboratively to make it a success. Collaboration is becoming an increasingly important part of design, and I think that's a really valuable skill.
Really doesn't appeal to me, so whether they upgrade it or not, As long as I have food to eat, a shelter to stay, a bed to sleep.
That's the most important thing.
Right? So I don't need a fancy chair. Right.
But I mean, they plan on doing those fancy things. But I'm saying, I mean, with those kids, the way they're acting, you see they coming drunk, stupid. I mean, upstairs here, they destroyed the whole washroom on the second floor. I mean, what difference is gonna make?
It's pretty emotional and real going down to the drop-in center. Like, you always hear that there is homelessness in the country, but to see it firsthand.
I think it was essential to go actually visit the drop-in center.
This was like a discovery process. We really had a chance to ask architects and the youth like what they really wanted in their space.
Having their creative input just made our creativity and design process that much more intriguing and engaging to actually work with a client.
Doing something for a group of people for whom it presumably will matter and who will use it and appreciate it and don't necessarily care where it comes from, that's a different kind of ballgame.
I don't know, I think this is kind of getting us ready for real life and the experiences that are going to come our way. So it was definitely beneficial for the last major project of our graduating year.
It's a big change from what we were used to, and especially across the street to where we are now. Everything's great.
There's no comparison. The space is way better. That's the dungeon and this is the castle. Yeah, that's a good one.
The amount of crisis has gone down, I'd say probably 80 to 90%. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like it. It's a lot more calm and relaxing, you know.
People love the tables. There's people that only sit in the actual chairs, like these chairs that were built.
Before, like, you couldn't sit down at all at the other White House because there was always someone sleeping on the couches.
There's a different sense of ownership, I think, in this space.
There's less people being restricted from services, less people being kicked out of the space. You know, they're taking direction because they want to be here. Graffiti, like inside, if you walk around the building, I don't think there's been a report yet.
The upstairs, we're the main room for everyone to sleep on the old White House. The walls didn't go up to the ceiling, so people were knocking the walls down every day. Certain people. Yeah. Their maintenance guy, Shafiq, he was full-time, day and night. He had a good job, and when they moved here, I seen him photocopying things. Shit. Yeah.
Doesn't have much to do.
It's not for him to do anymore.
This is one of, a whole series of projects. So there's lots of experience now in the furniture studio, producing these kinds of projects and managing them too.
A lot of people came back and, said that was fun and it's nice to be asked what we might like.
They actually work much harder and more efficiently on these projects than anything else that they've done in the 3 years they've been here.
Up till now, I've never tried to do 15 pieces at a time. So even though we're sharing the workload, we sort of now really have an understanding of how efficient you need to be, how you need to break down the work.
It's been a phenomenal learning experience and a great opportunity to do work for such a nice organization like this.